In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to split faces. So far with polygons, we've discussed how to delete faces and how to replace missing faces and also how to extrude faces. But this time, we're going to split. Splitting is great for making custom models. In fact, I'm going to demonstrate the splitting by creating a simple briefcase or attaché case. I'm starting with a primitive cube here that's been scaled to make it skinnier in one direction. So if I want to pull a handle out of the top and leave this as a single surface, I can use a split to help me out with that. So to split a face, you can use the interactive split tool. If you go up to Edit Mesh, Interactive Split tool, now I'm just going to use the defaults right now and we'll discuss how it works, and then we'll look at the options. So Interactive Split tool, once you have the tool activated, the mouse goes into a sharp point, and also when you drag your mouse over the surface, you'll see the orange dots appear along the halfway mark of the edge where your mouse is closest to. That's the start of a potential new edge, and the way this tool works is it inserts new edges and thereby splits old faces. So let's say I want to draw a new edge up here at the top. As soon as I get an orange dot where I want it, I can click. Then it turns red. That indicates the starting position of a new edge. Then I can drag the mouse across the face where I want the edge, and as I approach the opposite edge, I get an orange line. If I like that new location for this potential new edge, I can click again. The second dot turns red, and then I'm ready to create a new edge. So if I hit Enter on the keyboard, I have a new edge. So I have a new edge. The old face is split into two faces, and I have new vertices that correspond with the new edge. In fact, if I go to vertex mode through my right mouse button menu, there are the new vertices. I can select one of them and move them, and you'll see that everything stays together. In other words, the tool inserts a new edge and corresponding vertices very neatly. So I'm going to apply undo and back up, and we'll talk about the options for the split tool. I'll go back to Edit Mesh, Interactive Split Tool, Option Box, and look at the options. Now the reason that the tool is snapping those orange dots at the halfway mark of any given edge is because Snap Magnets is on. Now you can increase that number to some other value like 2. When it's set to 2, what happens is you have two potential new locations for a new edge over the edge you're dragging the mouse over. In other words, you have two orange dot placements for that edge, and the old edge is broken into three segments, three equal segments. You can go higher and higher. For instance, to make a handle for this briefcase, I'm going to go up to 5. And that gives you 5 potential locations for edges, and the edge is broken up into 6 potential segments, which correspond to 6 potential new faces. So I'm going to click 2 new edges. I want an edge here and here roughly to help me build a new handle. So I'm going to click here, drag my mouse across, click again. That'll be the first edge. Hit Enter. And then I want to go back to that tool one more time because I'm out of it now. Now there's actually a shortcut for that. Any tool that you just used will be listed down here at the bottom of the toolbox. In fact, this is split edge right here. If I click that, I can reactivate the tool. You'll see the tool options for the split polygon tool pop back up here. Now, once you leave the tool settings window will switch to whatever tool you're using. For instance, if you go to the Move tool, you'll see the Move tool options here. So the tool settings window goes between whatever tool you're using at the time. In any case, we're back on the split tool. So I can go over here and split again. Clicking twice there. Hit Enter, and now I've split my top polygon into 3 new polygon faces. Now I want to split again to pull a handle out. I want to pull a skinny handle out of this section right here. So I'm going to return to the split tool one more time. And split here to here. Hit Enter. Go to the tool again using my shortcut button. And split here to here and hit Enter. Now I didn't get my splits very even because I did it kind of fast. But what I can do now is go to the top view, dolly in, and move some vertices around. Again, the great thing with polygons is you can move vertices at any point to neaten up your model. So I'll go to vertex mode through my right mouse menu. And I'll pick this set of vertices here, go to the Move tool, and move them so they're more equidistant. In other words, so they make a more even handle. And this face in the center is going to be where I pull a new handle out. Now I'm going to go back to the perspective view. So we're ready to extrude, so I'm going to go to face mode, pick that center skinny face. I can go ahead and close my tool settings right now. Then I'll go up to Edit Mesh Extrude, get the extrude handle and pull this face straight up. This is going to form a new handle. Once I like the position of that, I can go ahead and click off the tool, and then that face position is frozen. So there's going to be a new handle. Now I don't have a hole right here yet where I'd put my hand through, but I can make that. Now I could continue to use the split tool to add more edges and eventually cut out some polygons. However, I'm going to use a shortcut, and that's the Add Divisions tool. Add Divisions will subdivide a face, but not smooth, as compared to the Smooth tool. It simply subdivides it, but does not move any vertices around. So let's give that a try. I'm going to pick both these faces here and here. That's where I want to eventually cut a hole. Then go up to Edit Mesh, Add Divisions. I'll look at the option box, and I'll show you the defaults. I'll reset this to the defaults. By default, division levels is set to 1. And I'll apply that so you can see it. So apply. What that does when it's set to 1 is it divides the old face that you had selected into 4 new faces. Now if I increase this to, say, 2, I'll undo this old division. I'll close the window. There it goes. A little stubborn there. If undo is not working for you, you might have to leave the tool or leave the tool settings window. Click off, deselect, and then try it, and it should work. In any case, I'm back to just my 2 faces selected here. Now I can go up to Edit Mesh one more time and go to Add Divisions. I'll look at the option box again. I want to try 2 for division levels. Now when I'm on 2 and I click Apply, what it does is an exponential subdivision. Now I have 16 faces per face that was selected. It's basically a 4x4 grid of new faces. So I have 16 new faces on each side. So that's good. So I'm going to close this window. I don't need that any longer. And now that I've divided up, I have a great new place for this potential new handle. So what I can do next is select some faces here in the center of each side. Now I need to make sure I'm selecting the correct faces, because again, the potential is I can select through the back. In fact, I've selected some incorrect faces, so to make sure I'm doing it correctly, I'm going to go to wireframe so I can see through to the back. I want to pick those 6 center faces on the front, then click the center 6 faces on the back. And I can tell I don't have any other faces selected because no other faces are orange right now. So now I've got the correct ones. I'll turn back on smooth shading, spin around to make sure I have the correct selection, which I do, and then press the delete key on the keyboard and those faces go away. So there's a basic handle. And now it's done with split, interactive split tool, and extrude, and then deleting some extra faces. And also the shortcut was used of adding divisions with the Add Divisions tool. Now there's ways to improve this. This is obviously a very simple briefcase. For instance, the inside of the handle is hollow. I have an open space here. There would be ways to fill that in with some of the other tools, which we'll discuss in later videos. So keep in mind this is a simple demonstration to add additional tools as you learn more about Maya to add more detail to this particular model.